Now, when Moses was given the instructions for the Passover in Exodus 12, right? All this, Exodus 12 down to 49. So when he gets right here, um, all the congregation of Israel shall keep it. And when a stranger shall sojourn with thee, he shall keep the Passover to the Lord. Let all his males be circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it. And he shall be as one that is born in the land, for no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof. Now, where is the precedent before this instant? Where is a precedent that says that Moses knows, that the Israelites knows, that they're tapping into, that they're gleaning from that well of knowledge? Where would they get the idea that when Moses says guard right here, right? Because bam, 8:16:16 is right there in 48. So when he says stranger, when he says guard, when he's speaking to them, how does Moses know and the Israelites know, oh, this is an Israelite that's not born in the land? There's no precedent. There's no prerequisite. There's no foregone knowledge that this means an Israelite not born in the land. We can't come centuries later and say, oh, looking back, that meant Israelites not born in the land, because that's not logical, like in any sense, right? But there is a precedent before this that says that if it's not of this, that a stranger is not an Israelite, and more specifically, is not of the seed of Abraham, right? So we got to go back to Abraham, right? Obviously, the Israelites, Abraham is not an Israelite. Abraham is not an Israelite, right? An Israelite is an offspring of Israel, right? So we know Abraham is not an Israelite, right? But the whole concept of being of Abraham's seed, right? We have to, everything comes from Abraham's seed, Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, then in 12, right? So where is the precedent that shows that a person not of the seed of Abraham is called a stranger? I'm glad you asked that. Genesis 17 and 12. Okay, let's start at 10. This is my covenant which ye shall keep between me and you and thy seed after thee. Every man child among you shall be circumcised, and ye shall circumcise the flesh of your foreskin, and it shall be a token of the covenant betwixt me and you. And he that is 8 days old shall be circumcised among you. Every man child in your generations, he that is born in the house, that sounds familiar, or bought with money of any stranger, which is not of thy seed. He that is born in thy house, and he that is bought with money, must needs be circumcised, and my covenant shall be in your flesh for an everlasting covenant. And the uncircumcised man child, whose flesh of his foreskin is not circumcised, that soul shall be cut off from his people. He hath broken my covenant. So that's the precedent. Now, what does that sound like? That sounds like Exodus 12. Right? It sounds like Exodus 12. Let's go back. It sounds just like Exodus 12 and 43, down to 48. And the Lord said unto Moses and Aaron, this is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof. But every man's servant that is bought for money, that's the same thing the Lord told Abraham, when thou hast circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof. A foreigner and a hired servant shall not eat thereof. In one house shall it be eaten. Thou shalt not carry forth off of the flesh abroad out of the house, neither shall ye break a bone thereof. All the congregation of Israel shall keep it. And when a stranger shall sojourn with thee, and will keep the Passover to the Lord, let all his males be circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it. And he shall be as one that is born in the land, or born in the house. That's the same language. For no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof. One law shall be to him that is homeborn, and unto the stranger that sojourneth among you. Thus did all the children of Israel, as the Lord commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. So, For starters, slow down. I did not cut myself. The word stranger here is not Gar 1616, H 1616. It is 5236. So I did not cut myself. Slow down. Secondly, this is the same language. So being that there's no precedent before Exodus 12 that shows a stranger is an Israelite not born in the land, this clearly shows that there is a precedent that the stranger is not of the seed of Abraham. Right? So Moses and the Israelites, when they're given these instructions, they're gleaning from the Abrahamic covenant of circumcision to understand, oh, a stranger, once he's circumcised, then he can partake. Oh, one law for the stranger and for the one that's homeborn. Just like in Abraham's situation, it was for the males that were born in his house or the ones bought with money. This is the same thing, but every man's servant that is bought for money. It's the same language. That's what they're drawing from. They're not coming to their own conclusion. They're not making up stuff. They're not saying, because he said homeborn or born in land, that means it's an Israelite not born in land. No, it's not logical, right? So that's what they're gleaning from. So they had the covenant of circumcision to draw from to understand who exactly are the strangers, the Gars, right? H 1616, right? And that's what you have to look for. You have to look for Gar, not just the English word stranger, but the Hebraic word Gar, right? Now,